We have a major Giannis Antetokounmpo trade update to discuss as a new report has dropped revealing the Bucks are positioning themselves for a blockbuster Giannis trade. Beyond all the reports we've been seeing, we know the Raptors have wanted Giannis on this team for a very, very long time. We have the assets to put together a very strong package for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So the stars are aligning for this trade to actually happen, and the Raptors are positioned to finally cash in on one of these deals. So we'll break down what these latest reports are beyond all the stuff we've already heard from Shams and Chris Haynes, and how the Raptors are currently in a situation to make one of these trades go down. So much to discuss out here in this video, but folks, you guys have been crushing it, hitting that subscribe button as of late. Appreciate every single one of you tuning into the Raptors content over the course of this off season. But of course, if you're tuning into the videos and you're part of the 52% and haven't hit the subscribe button just yet, you tune into the videos, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, and it really helps us out here at Raptors Digest. But let's dive into it, because there's a lot of stuff that's come out regarding Giannis. A few of it, certainly some of you guys have already seen. We'll give the briefing on this before we talk about the new reports. The first one, of course, is Shams coming out last week and saying that the two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo has not made any firm decisions, but for the first time in his career, he is open-minded about whether his best fit is remaining in Milwaukee or playing elsewhere, league sources have told ESPN. So this is the first nugget. This is the first little piece of like, oh, Giannis get traded? Could he not? We knew when the Milwaukee Bucks flamed out of the playoffs once again for another first-round exit. Then on top of it, Giannis' co-star in Milwaukee, Damian Lillard, ends up tearing his Achilles, which of course leaves him very unlikely to be playing any games next season. All signs pointed to Giannis being on his way out of the Milwaukee Bucks. Finally, after years of speculation, years of the Toronto Raptors looking at Giannis and being like, hey, this guy would be perfect. And it's made me dust off the old Giannis watch animation from 2021. I mean, we are years. I think 2018 was when we really started the Giannis watch era. It is 2025 right now. We have outdated graphics, outdated animation, outdated jerseys. We're still looking at Giannis. So again, that came from Shams, and then we also had a report basically drop from Chris Haynes that I didn't cover on the channel, but a lot of people have probably seen, that the Bucks have made contact with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and is now that they're scheduled a very crucial meeting is scheduled for next week about the future. So that is something that Chris Haynes has revealed, has dropped, and they're going to basically, this week we should have some more in-depth knowledge in terms of whether Giannis wants to be on the team or not. But basically, what's the new juicy report? What's the new thing everyone's interested in? Well, basically, this is coming from, a local sort of beat insider for the NBA, Jerry Wolfell. And basically, despite not having for a first-round pick, the Milwaukee Bucks have been planning to bring in some top 8 projected picks for workouts. So this isn't even just interviews. This isn't even just, hey, this is a 50-second meeting going on at the Combine. They are bringing in these top prospects for actual full tilt workouts. And that is very, very juicy. And basically the second part of this is, I've been told by multiple sources the Bucks are taking the steps that in the event of Giannis Antetokounmpo moves on. So they are prepping, they are planning, they are positioning themselves to make this Giannis trade and be in the best position possible for a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade to be going down. Now, this is, as we know, in public negotiations, in NBA trade talks, things get leaked to the media, and especially a player of the caliber of Giannis Antetokounmpo, the GMs, the people responsible for navigating these whole trade scenarios, they're going to be doing everything in their power to maximize the leverage that they have in these trade discussions. It's what a good GM will do. So we're going to hear a lot of stuff, a lot of buzz. Oh, the Bucks are going to keep him. Oh, he's feeling this way, but he's not sure. It's this. Everyone's going to be doing everything in their power to make sure that they have maximum leverage in terms of any trade discussions, in terms of any trade negotiations, or anything along those lines. But actions speak louder than words in anything, but especially in these, trade jockey positions out there in the NBA. And while everything around the Milwaukee Bucks, everything surrounding their fan base, everything coming out in this situation, it's like, oh yeah, Giannis is staying. I mean, why would we trade him? Even if we're bad next season, the guy averages 31, 12, 6.5 assists. Why on earth would we trade a guy that's won us a championship, that's done everything for the city, that's the face of Milwaukee, that's everything for the school? Why would we do that? Actions speak louder than words. And they are coming in. They are interviewing these draft prospects. Not only just interviewing, they are working out draft prospects out there in the top 8, this year's NBA draft, which of course means if you don't have a draft pick, you're interested in trading up. The only asset the Milwaukee Bucks have that's capable of getting them a draft, because Damian Lillard, Kyle Kuzma, they're not getting you anything at this point. Any of their role players are not getting you at this point. The only player that they have available on their roster to make, allow themselves to jump up, not be a complete waste of time working out these prospects, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. And they're positioning themselves to prepare for one of these blockbuster trades. Now, the specifics of the report, it's like, projected top 8 picks. Again, projected, those picks will be available at number 9. And there are a couple teams in the top 3 or in the top 8 that are in the Eastern Conference the Raptors could be a little bit worried about in terms of, hey, maybe there's more discussions going on here. Maybe there's more discussions going on here. The first one, which would be sickening, which would be disgusting, is the Philadelphia 76ers landing Giannis Antetokounmpo, because they have the number 3 overall selection. They have a bunch of, young players out there on that team. I don't think they'd want to give up the whole crop of Tyrese Maxey, of Jared McCain, of all these pieces, the 3rd pick, for Giannis, just given the fact Joel Embiid's injury situation is absolutely brutal, and Paul George is a very similar spot, right? Like, his contract is very bad given his current injury status. So that is something that if Giannis ends up in Philly, that would be really messy. We know Giannis wants to come back and stay in the Eastern Conference, so that is one thing to look at. The second team has been brought up a ton in the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade discussions is the Brooklyn Nets, who do have the number 8 overall selection. And it's interesting that they, it's named the top 8 projected picks. They're giving workouts for those guys when the Nets, who are the team that has been, among the favorites with the Toronto Raptors to land Giannis Antetokounmpo, that they, it's number 8. They're a team that would be a little bit more scary, a little bit more intriguing, because they're 1 pick ahead of the Toronto Raptors, but, one of the reasons that one of these deals could end up going down. So it's very much a moving situation. Personally, while I'd love to see Giannis Antetokounmpo in a Raptors jersey, I'm still on the fence with what it would take for Masai Ujiri to actually get one of these deals done, because we look at the current roster, right, in terms of who we have. Again, RJ Barrett, Scottie Barnes, Immanuel Quickley, Jakob Poeltl, Gradey Dick are very, very nice top layer of this team. And even the bench is really developing into its own. You have Mobo, you have Jameson Battle, you have Jamal Shead out here on this roster moving forward in the future. You have Jacoby Walter. Heck, I even like AJ Lawson, Ochai Agbaji out there on this team. There are a lot of pieces that, the Toronto Raptors have some depth, so maybe it's like an argument, hey, you can actually make one of these trades happen. But basically, news has come out that, John Horst, the GM of the Milwaukee Bucks, wants to absolutely just be a vulture on whatever team that they end up trading Giannis to. They are going to get all of the assets, all of the pieces, all of the, picks in a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade, and they are not going to settle for less. So that is something that, if you're Masai Ujiri, you really have to contend with, because it's not just, a Scottie Barnes or RJ Barrett in one of these deals, or Brandon, whoever the heck, is going to end up in these trade discussions. It's going to be that and a whole lot more, which might make it very, very tough to actually go down. So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. Again, I do want to state Masai Ujiri's a master negotiator as well. So don't get me wrong. He's not going to try to get fleeced in one of these trade packages. I've seen very few Masai Ujiri bad trades, and they're usually only with the San Antonio Spurs. So that's and honestly, the Jakob Poeltl one didn't end up being that bad. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. You guys, the best thing is far. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Anyways, I'm signing out. Cheers.